Just to start off, how will you describe the event overall?
I think this was the third event. Like my colleague was here earlier, and then it was, compared to the first two events, you would say that this event was a little bit more stiff in terms of very competitive. So I would surely say it was a very stiff competition.
And just how did you see the need to come up with such an event, and how does it benefit the participants?
Yeah, Salima, like any other event I think this was more like, if you go back to when we were school kids, normally when you go back to school, there's always in the English and especially the language subjects, you will have questions, how was the holiday? And so it's just based on that where we just thought like, okay, fine, how do we enhance these public speaking skills, and especially from classroom to public spaces. So we had, when we came up with this idea, we were looking at enhancing public skills through education, and then so we thought of a competition that can, we would even went as far as having maybe, what do you call this, debates. But then we thought of, let's look at something that is very, let's say, at an entry level, something very local. And that's where we thought maybe let's try a spelling bee competition. Yeah.
Would you say that was more effective then?
It is effective, based on what we even heard from in the event, we had the very first winner, the 2019 winner, who said that through this event, he went on to be, he thought he had an intro, he was an introvert all the years. But then after this event, he said that platform that we created actually unlocked that extrovert in him, and he even went to join the NANSO at university levels. And yeah, he said, because he's even studying in Zambia now, he said he's forever on TV shows now, so that shame actually went, we gave them the platform.
Oh, that's good.
Awesome.
And how was the participants categorized, and how did you determine these questions?
The very first spelling bee, that's where we learned from. We had a junior and senior category, and we realized that we wanted to have a very large scope, like let's say from 12 years to 22, where we just divided them into two groups, where we had 14 to 17 and 18 to 22. And then we went to realize that, this is not working, and then why don't we just break them into three pieces? So we had a 12 to 14 category, 15 to 17 category, and then 18 to 22.
And what plans are there to keep hosting the competition on a regular basis for the constituency?
This was our third Ovitoto Spelling Bee. Like we also alluded there that what we are planning to do is, like last year we had an inter-regional, and the participants came from the winners of the Ovitoto Spelling Bee. So we had an inter-regional spelling bee where we invited fellow regions such as Okunene, Neronko, Otjozondjupa, where we represented ourselves, and then also the Omatako region. So it was more of an inter-regional spelling bee. So we want to continue having such events so that we can have the Ovitoto Spelling Bee, where we have participants only from the local settlements, and then maybe have them in another level of international, or actually regional, go national, and even international if we can. So that's the idea.
What would you say was the highlight of the competition for you?
For me, the highlight of the competition was the format of the questions. Normally, the judge or the pronouncer, the judge would choose a word and give it to pronouncer to give the participants. But this time around, it was very, very different. And for me, that was the highlight, where the very first round, every participant could pick a word, like five words in the very first round, and then they will spell it. So this was not like, no, the judge does not favor, or the judge was asking a particular participant more the difficult questions. But here you could see that you pick a question, you give it to the pronouncer, and then for me, that was the highlight of the day. And then as it goes, it's like from 5 we went to 3, and then to the knockout stage, where the knockout stage for me was, now that was the highlight, where because you could actually see participant could just get a number. And then from that number, the pronouncer just get a number, and then he pronounces the word from there. So that was the highlight, because it was even transparent. No one would be complaining about now the certain participant was getting tougher questions or something of that nature. So that was the highlight for me.
Did the community also come out to support the participants?
Yeah, very much. The community came out in good numbers. Even their contribution, even after the event, was that we need to, I think maybe the platforms that we use then, like such as the social networks, social medias, and also here in the radio, maybe that was not enough. I would say maybe we need to reach out more so that we can have more participants, because the ideal idea was to have at least 10 participants per category. At average level, because we had 21, you would say we had 7 participants per category, which is not really bad. That's 70% of what we really wanted.
Yeah. So what were the prizes? I'm excited to know, because you have something here, a trophy, I think.
Okay, yeah.
You can just share with us the prizes.
In the 12 to 14 category, there was a cash prize, obviously, for the winner, 500, and a trophy like this. You can see it's a very beautiful trophy.
Yeah, indeed.
Also, there's a 15 to 18 category, and also the 18 to 22 category cash prize, plus a trophy and a certificate.
Yeah. And how will you describe the students, the impact that it had on them, the learners that were part of this competition?
For now, I would say, because this is the third time, okay, let me say the majority of the people that came is people that have been, not necessarily the majority, but let's say a third of them was people that have been in the competition already, but then it's just in a different category this time around. So you would say we are busy unlocking something. You can see that there's interest from the community. Yeah. Like any other event, there's challenges, and I think like the past 2 events, we've been highlighting on the participation of the boy child. I think this time, in terms of a ratio, I think we only had 7 out of the 21 participants were boys. So that we really have to work on, and we also extended that to especially the parents to say, guys, please, let's bring out the boy child to such events, so that, however, as much as I'm saying, like they say, maybe quantity is nothing compared to quality. When you check the winners of all 3, let's say all 3 categories, we have 2 boys. The junior, the 12 to 14 was a boy, 15 to 17 a boy, and then only in the 18 to 22 that was it a girl child. So I would say in terms of quantity, it's there, but we still really need to
the boys to participate.
Yeah, we need to go get the boys to come take part.
Indeed. Yeah. Lastly, just maybe any support you will need to make it bigger and better next time again?
Yeah, like I said earlier, we really need to have, maybe it's the awareness, number one. You would really have to, we really have to do very much, or work very hard on the awareness part, and then bring out the most of these young people, because this is, it has to do with, we are unlocking confidence and public speaking skills. So at a very young age. So if you can do this, if we can have more of these participants, I think we can even unlock more talent out there, because you sitting at the village there, you see how these people have brilliant, beautiful ideas, but then, like, I think between me and you, we know that even sitting here today, is, you need to have a different courage or motivation to sit in front of TV or to have this public conversation, a conversation like this. So it's not easy. So, but I think some of us never had this opportunity growing up, but if we can unlock it at a very young age, I think we can discover a lot of talent out there.
Indeed. Thank you so much for being on NAMIBIA Connect, and continue doing the good job.
You're welcome. Thanks so much as well.
All right.